Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk about basically how to get out of living in autopilot. So if you feel like you're stuck in the same cycle of actions that aren't really getting you anywhere, I want to talk about how to get out of that and how I've done so myself. So essentially, when you're on autopilot, that's when you're doing the same tasks over and over. Like that's your default. But you know you want to do more and you have these goals, but again, your autopilot doesn't let you achieve them because they're just these same tasks you do that don't really get you anywhere. And the way I like to think about this is that think about life like cycles, and in an even smaller scale, your days. If you think about your days like cycles, you know they contribute to your overall week. That cycle contributes to your overall month, and then that goes into the year, etc. So to get out of autopilot, you got to think about, okay, so what am I doing on a day-to-day basis? So you have to zoom in, look at your habits in a day, and then see, okay, well, take audit of how they're contributing or taking away from the goals you're wanting to get to. So the way I've done this before is that, for example, when I was trying to get my real estate license, I had to take the test, and we were working kind of long hours in my old job. So I knew I had to kind of schedule my day in a way that I had to make time for my studying. But I also wanted to make sure I did not get out of shape. So essentially, what it was is I'd leave work and then I'd go straight to the gym. After the gym, I'd go eat. And then after getting food, I'd go and immediately sit down and study for at least 2 hours, like minimum. And that was my cycle. So work, gym, study, which sounds like a student. But that led me to get my real estate license pretty quickly. And I passed the test first time and everything. I didn't have any issues. But that was because I was able to get out of autopilot. Because if I would have been an autopilot, it would have been, oh, I want to get my real estate license, but then nothing changes. And then after work, I go to maybe I go watch some Netflix and I'm hanging out, maybe actually also eating poorly, right? And then I'm not getting in shape. And then I'm basically ignoring my health, my, not accomplishing my goals, and then kind of just not getting anywhere. So again, the best way to get out of autopilot is to kind of take an audit of what you're doing. And then what I like to do is divide uh, three categories. So those three categories of health, wealth, and then wise or wisdom. I try to make sure I'm improving something in each of those categories within my day. So whether that's again going to the gym, doing some type of exercise in the day, then on the that's the health one. On the wise, I'm like, okay, well, what can I learn? How can I consume more content that's more educational, whether it's reading books or learning something? In the example of real estate, if I wasn't studying, I was taking or listening to podcasts that were real estate related, or just watching real estate related content, like or reading books, which actually helped me out because on my test, there were some things on my test that were not covered on my study material. They were actually covered in a podcast. So one of the trick questions that came up, I remembered the topic just because I had heard a podcast about it just recently before taking the test. So that kind of helped out. But anyway, so you have your health, your things for your wisdom, for your, for your knowledge base. So you're always expanding that. And then your wealth. So whether that's saving money, taking measures. So you're trying to find a second income stream, whether it's a side hustle you're working on. But again, all like your year, the outcome of your year depends on the income or the inputs of your day, because those days, again, right, they add from days, weeks, months, years. So what you want to do is you want to prevent yourself from doing these default autopilot settings where you're kind of living like an NPC, where you're kind of just doing the same monotonous things while you're hoping for better results. So focus on improving something health wise, improving something with your wisdom, and then improving something with your wealth. And if you can incrementally improve those every day, by the end of the year, you're going to be a whole different person. So identify what your goal is, and then try to mirror your day around those goals or goal, so you're constantly improving, and then you can get out of that autopilot mode. So that's it for this one. If you have anything else, if you have any suggestions or anything in the comments, please let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.